Alright folks, dragons. Hey everybody, welcome to another video. This is the miniature showcase, and in this showcase I'm going to wrap up the 4 creatures that I got from the dollar store. Each of them, painted with, I guess, conceived and painted with a color scheme of my own. Each of these dragons came looking differently when I first bought them, because they all came colored, painted, and I decided to paint them and I decided to base them. All the bases you see here are all 3D printed, and the colors I went for was simply, well, done because I wanted to use the colors. Now, if you want to have a look at the different processes, I will link all the different dragons in the description. But what we're gonna do in this video is I'm gonna look back at these 4 dragons and maybe go through them one by one and my thoughts on each one. Just to close the chapter on this wave. All in all, I've done 8. So this is the second wave of 4. I initially did a initial wave of 4. The link for that is up here. And this is that kind of video as well, just for me to wrap everything up and close the chapter on these dollar store dragons. So let's take a look at each of them. Alright, so let's have a look at the first one. This one turned out to be the purple dragon. I like the skin textures. Actually, all of the creatures have nice textures. I really would like to find out the sculptor for this, or the initial makers of this, because it seems like they've done a great job. But I must also congratulate the manufacturer, because the material that they use for these figures are really good material. I'm not so sure what it is. It's like a rubbery plastic thing, but I like it because it's strong. It holds its shape. It's very, very nice. Now this one, the video of this one being painted is it's right here, I guess. Now nothing too drastic with this one. I think I was just getting my feet wet again, painting more giant creatures. I like how the wing turns out, but yeah, not too adventurous with this one. Just a simple purple looking beast dragon. I like the base though. The base turned out quite nice. I think there's lots to be said about nicely sculpted bases. It definitely adds to the look of the figure. Definitely, for sure. So yeah, this is the look. Again, I want to say it looks like a bat. Yeah. And that's what I think this is what I call it. Yeah. Bat dragon. Next up is this one. Now, what I liked about this one is how, again, the skin, the wings. I love how the wings stand out, because I managed to play with where the light falls. And I think in terms of where the light falls and where the shading, is done, for me it actually works. Actually, the carapace also looks quite nice. But again, the base wins on this one. I had a comment from one of the guys who was saying that I could have painted the base to look like dragon eggs or wyvern eggs, which it didn't make sense. But again, nothing too drastic here. Very, very simple looking use of colors. But I want to add that I don't know if you can see it here. It's got a tinge of red, and I made sure I left it there simply because I wanted it to have a red-ish highlight. I didn't seem to show on the camera, but yeah, wyverns. All right, don't look too bad. It looks pretty good. I painted it. I like it. Next up is this one. Now this one is kind of interesting because I think this one was light blue when I first got it, so I pushed it to being green. I wanted something green. I already had different colors, but this I was also playing a little bit of scale. So while it looks like a giant giant monster, but because of the plants, it looks like it's one of those like dragonlings, or dragonets. Yeah. The thing about doing dragons for me, and oops, the thing about doing dragons, there you can see the bottom there. The thing about doing dragons for me, at least, is the not to overcomplicate matters. Keep it a few colors, unless it's one of those like cockatrices or something like that, But keep it a few colors because you want it to look unified and not like like some sort of what's the word for it? Yeah, you don't want it to be some amalgamation of different creatures, which is probably the next one I'm going to show you. But yeah, very nicely and cleanly done. Again, working with light, working with shading. I like this one because I managed to look into my terrain box to pull out all these aquarium bits. Upon second thoughts, I should have repainted the aquarium bits because it's got a fake thing happening. But yeah, never mind. Something to learn, something to look out for the next time I do something like this. Very nice for me. I think it's very nice. Again, the base helps with everything. I hope it gives the the illusion of miniaturization with this. Yeah. Green Dragonet. And finally, let's have a look at this one. Chimera. Love how the face came out. This goat head face. The temptation was to make it white-ish, but I didn't want it to blend into the. Look at that. It's really good. The front legs initially was supposed to not be the same color as the back legs, but I thought don't put too many colors on it. Keep the colors small. I like this color. This is actually mythical orange from iPainter, and I think it goes well with skin. Gives that nice. I mean, if I was gonna paint a tiger at some point or any point, I'll probably choose this color as the base. The back legs, though, I went for the same color, but I washed it down. So there's a seems to be a bit of a shade thing happening, but yeah, not too bad. The tail, I wanted another color in it, so I put some green in it. I didn't overdo the coloring. And then yeah, again the wings. I think I like doing wings. To be honest, I really like doing wings. But I think when a miniature is sculpted a certain way, it helps you paint much easier. And again, for dollar store figures, the detail on these figures are really really good. And it's kind of great to like really promote these figures because, I think for something so cheap, for it to be this good, it didn't have to be this good. Again, the base has looks like a little dungeon thing. Yeah, very nice. The base again helps with the narrative of everything. Actually, even as you can see, it's not even off. It's off center slightly. Yeah, looks good. I think the face also looks great. All the features have a nice face sculpt as well. There, Chimera. So there you have it. 4 dragons. Oh, sorry, I said 4 creatures. I keep calling them dragons. I guess because they are part of this. The manufacturer Joyet called it Dragon Dom content. I just tend to call them dragons, but just creatures, different creatures as you can, as I've already said in the each showcase for each one. I'm very glad I undertook this project. I'll probably put this up for sale at some point in the store, just because it's nice for folks to get these figures for their Dungeons Dragons campaign. It looks like it looks nice enough to put on the table, and I'm very very happy to part with them. But this was a very nice process. I do recommend that if you're painting for a game, you're painting for a diorama, or you're painting anything, to always seize the opportunity to paint something new, and seize the opportunity to not just go for the branded or franchise items, but if you see something on the shelf that looks like it could use with a coat of paint, it could use with a coat of paint. So grab it, paint it, do a video on it, just like I did, and you'll be very, very surprised with the outcome. All 8 of the dragons creatures that I've done, I'm very happy with them. They all look great to me. Now I hope you like content like this, because if I were to walk into another dollar store and I could find a few more, you can be sure that I'll do more of these dollar store finds. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to enjoy painting this.